It's not a curse to care. If you're an empath, a sensitive heart, if you're someone who gives more than you get, and actually it's ended up that people have taken advantage of you or seen your kindness for weakness, then I hear this time and time again, and I captured it recently. It is not a curse to care. If you're made that way, if you have a kind, compassionate, caring heart, and that's just how you made, going against your own grain is not going to be good for you. And there's a number of reasons why. Ultimately, if you try to move away from who you are, you'll become bitter, resentful, slightly you'll become depressed as well, and you're not going to be a good energy to be around. So if you're someone who's kind, considerate, and caring, and people take liberties with you, the issue is usually our boundaries. And coupled by that, it's also usually because we have hopes that what we give is what we get. We also potentially may well have poor boundaries. And again, our expectations are probably unhelpful. And so, if you can work on some of those areas for yourself, these are topics I'm going to be exploring at my workshop, Feel Loved, which happens on the 28th of September. Then that will empower you to be true to yourself, because becoming a false self is not good for your well-being. And what else would I like to say about that? I'm going to be talking about that in my Facebook Live tonight. I go live at 8:30, and it would be a privilege if you could join me so we can debate not only like how to best protect your greatness, how to protect your heart, but we're also going to be looking at whether you go with your head or your heart when it comes to love. And more recently, I've been thinking about, do you go with your head, your heart, or your genitals? Because sometimes we can be pulled by our need for sex, and actually that can circumnavigate our wisdom when we end up back in situations that we know in our soul is not good for us. So if that speaks to you, if you're someone who's a kind, considerate care bear, I call us care bears, and I know what that means because I've been in your shoes, which is what inspired me to train as a therapist. And actually my training is what enabled me to learn how to protect my kindness. And that is the lessons, the insights that I want to share with you. It's never a curse to care. It's just about having boundaries, checking our expectations, making sure we're not living in hope and we accept people as they are. And another big thing I'm a fan of is to give and expect zero in return, which is very hard. It's not always easy. And so if this topic interests you or a friend, tag them below, inbox me if this video speaks to you and you're battling right now. Also join me on the Key for Change page later on this evening at 8:30, where I go live exploring these matters and taking your questions. Okay, take care of you, because if you don't, who will?